Another exciting project that we're working on for DARPA at this point is to take the technology that we flew in Afghanistan. It's big, it's maybe a cubic meter of size, it's kilowatts of power, it's nearly a metric ton of mass on a big airplane. Shrink all of that down to something the size of maybe a softball. I'm excited about that because it allows the technology to go from being kind of a one-off, very expensive thing that's expensive to operate in a big airplane, down to something that could go in a UAV, could go on a vehicle, on a boat, ship, or whatever. And it gets the technology into the hands of many, many more people. That's great because it helps the people, but it's also great because as you start to get volume on these devices, the manufacturers of these devices can start to drive down the costs, just like the semiconductor route, which then again feeds back and allows us to have many more applications because the costs keep going down. So I'm very excited about being able to take these big things and shrink them down into something really small. Just as an engineer, it's a great thing to do. One of the things I got from my MIT education that I'm very grateful for, my PhD advisor was Professor Dan Klepner and Professor Tom Graytak. And they taught me to ascertain carefully what I know and what I don't know. Dan Klepner always said, a number without an uncertainty associated with it is meaningless. And that philosophy can be applied to pretty much everything in life. You've got to know what you know, and you've got to know how well you know it. And it kind of speaks to this self-criticism. After you do a task, after you do a measurement, you design a system, you maybe make a public policy, you've got to think about how good is that? What should be changed in the future? How well do I know that this is a good or a poor design? And that self-criticism, I think, is critical. It has been for me, and my sense is that when I work with MIT graduate students or undergraduates, they have a much better sense of that than they might otherwise.